Previously on Tales of the Omega Astria, Season 2, Chapter
7.
Following the defeat of a deadly group of bounty hunters, or maybe not so deadly, the party traveled through some stressful scenes on board the Starforge, eventually making their way to the abandoned Temple of the Anomaly. A date with fate was on the menu for Cocculus the Turtle. A short scuffle with a strange-looking pupper led into a meeting with 3 assassins of the Calvic spawn, figures that gave visual signs of being changelings. But after some negotiations, the party agreed that Erebus, Jamal, and Barak would exit the temple, and in return, the lead mistress, Changeling, would allow Cock to see the secrets of the anomaly. They mentally melded into one and traveled to a secret land that Cock has a strange connection to. A sandscape with nice beaches, large crashed spaceships, strange soldiers forcing people to work, and a large sandstone hand reaching up out of the desert, looming high, with a symbol carved into the wrist of 11 circles surrounding one star. At the very end of last session, the Changeling entered into the strange hand construction, and that was when Cock was confronted once again by the strange turtle deity Archilian, telling Cock that he cannot trust this Changeling woman, and he needs to find Charos before it's too late. And as the rain began to pour down from gray clouds forming in the sky, and 10 menacing silhouettes created shadows forming on the dunes above, Archilian ran out of time, ran out of power, and died in Cocculus's arms. And that is where we will begin today. The sun sets in the orange sky above you. You find yourself hunched over the body of your fallen master. You've been summoned here, obviously, by the mysterious orb of the anomaly that Ellen Myrick had somehow come into possession of. Somewhere in the sandstone structure in front of you is the changeling you traveled here with. You have been tasked with retrieving the dragonborn known as Charos from wherever you last left him in this strange place. Like I said, Archilian warned you that the changeling is dangerous, and that if she finds Charos, which you don't know if she's looking for him or not, but if she does, she will take him to the pirate lord Tratus. He made it clear that your connection to the Dragonborn is key to opening some kind of door, and then he gave you a small wooden amulet before he passed away. So, as you prepare to set out and do whatever it is that you want to do, you can't help but feel a sense of trepidation. A lot of pressure has been put on your shoulders, Cock, and the place you're in now requires your connection to the anomaly to access. You know the anomaly, you know there are those who seek its power for one reason or another, and they may stop at nothing to achieve it. But you also know that the fate of the Omega Astra may rest on your success. So, in this moment, do you run and hide from the pressures of destiny, or do you stand up and bravely get ready to face whatever dangers may lie ahead?
Run, bitch, run!
Mama didn't
Go get him!
bitch.
Mama raised a turtle.
Mama raised a turtle.
Don't you not know your mother?
Billy. I think I do. They're chilling on the in Cedar Rapids, you know. But I'm gonna look at the amulet that homeboy gave me.
Yeah, it's this. You look down at it, rain still pouring down on you as you are overcast by these shadows. But you look down at the amulet, it's carved now into the shape of a wooden flame. Before it was a heart while it was around the neck of Archilian, but yeah, you feel a strange connection to this amulet as his body lies in front of you.
Alright, I'm gonna put the amulet on.
Alright, you put it around your neck. You have to tie it because it ripped last time.
Yeah. I'm gonna... We're outside, right? Because I couldn't get into the thing.
Yeah, you can't fit currently through the smoke. Even if you took your shell off, you're still too big to actually squeeze through the gap. You'd need a smaller person to do it.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so I'm gonna lean the corpse up to the wall in a shady area so I can come back to him later, hopefully. And
Okay.
then I'm going to run off in a different direction, looking for not away from the building, but around the building, looking for some other kind of entrance.
All right, give me an investigation roll.
I just take a U-turn and run away from the temple. Knock, knock.
Actually, it's not here. I don't see it.
Oh. I got an 18.
So you walk around the entire hand that's sticking out of the ground, and this is a massive structure. So you're running around for like 10 minutes trying to see all the angles. You're pretty sure that there's only one entrance, and that the sort of sliver in the wrist of the hand is like the only way in. But the more you look around, like, you're pretty convinced that there's more of this thing. But as you look, your passive perception picks up on something. In the distance, far away from you, you just hear a similar sound of a metal thud coming from somewhere. You're sort of in a valley in the desert, so you'd have to climb up to actually see where it's coming from, but it's very recognizable to you.
How long would it take me to climb up?
Couple minutes.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, and yeah, so you begin to climb, and you crest the dune. You can see now the weather's beginning to pick up a little bit, so the clouds are parting, and you can see whatever those 10 silhouettes were have disappeared at this point, as the tense moment has sort of subsided. But you can see out in the distance the big crash spaceship that you saw before, that had the workers' camp. It's strange because you don't think you remember seeing the hand when you were last there, but it's close.
Ooh.
Closer than you would have expected.
Alright, I'm going to head back to the camp.
Okay. You want to just start running back to the camp? You leveled up, right? You have your...
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Yeah, so you draw nearer to the camp. Once again, you see... it's basically just like a work camp. There's a collection of rough metal cabins and tents surrounded by a tall barbed wire palisade. Smoke actually rises now from the conveyor, which perhaps signifies that maybe it broke or has become busted somehow. And you can hear sounds of hammering and sawing coming from deep within the wrecked vessel. As you get closer, you can see that the cabins are basic but sturdy. There's like thin plate roofs and walls made of gray furs from creatures you've never seen before. Some of them have smokestacks sticking out of the roofs, indicating that they contain kitchens or forges. The tents are a bit smaller and more portable, made of the said animal skins stretched over steel frames. You can see that there are a number of work areas scattered throughout the camp. It's a bit more... there's a bit more to this place now than when you last saw it. There's a blacksmith's forge, carpenter's workshop, a tannery, and so on. The place could be busy with a variety of tasks. And yet, as you enter through the sort of main gate area, despite the once hustle and bustle of the camp, there's a somber mood that hangs over you as you get even closer. You can see bodies lying, unmoving, all over the camp. Their faces recognizable to you as some of the workers that you saw on the line before. Their clothes worn thin, faces show signs of torture and being overworked, dark bruises, blooded cuts all over their thin bodies. It's clear that these people were either worked to death or perhaps something more nefarious. But those weren't the only people you saw back then. You remember those soldiers. And I actually have a picture I can send to Discord to show you sort of what they look like. the ones that were dressed in sort of the rough-spun, rustic leather armor, they were carrying weapons. But before, there were only 2 of them. Now you see 7 or 8, and their bodies also lie dismembered on the floor of the desert outpost, coated in blood, some of which even show signs of scorch marks. What would you like to do, Cock?
While I'm looking at all this, I'm going to attempt to call out to Cheros telepathically.
Okay. You can do a religion check, or you could try Arcana, but I think religion makes more sense.
Yeah. 22.
Okay, and you're just like reaching out trying to find his mind, or are you saying something?
Just saying, Cheros, are you all right?
Okay. Okay, so you don't get a verbal response back, but you hear the sound of his heartbeat, and you just see images of like dark ship interior vessel running from something, scared, other people there with him, and then it just fades. And then you continue hearing the come from inside the wrecked ship.
Alright, I'm gonna head towards the ship then.
Alright, and as you move in that direction, the closer you get to the ship, you can also see many like footmarks, boot stomps, going into the wrecked ship. Just traces of dirt headed in that direction. The conveyor belt now stopped as it has been broken somehow. Alright, well, we'll pause there for a moment as you enter inside the ship and head back over to, I shouldn't say back over, we're heading over for the first time to Erebus, Jamal, and Brock, who find themselves back in the main area of the Temple of the Anomaly. You can all hear somewhere on the streets outside the Kalvik spawn raiders who have been terrorizing nearby civilians. You're obviously told by Cock to exit the temple, or at least wait for him to be done, but you have no idea how long that's going to take. So I guess, what would you guys like to do? Also, Cock's giant turtle with Echo 55 is strapped to its back, is just sat down waiting for Cock to return. So,
shall we abandon him?
Just leave. Well, he's our friend. Shouldn't we not wait for him?
If I'm honest, I've had a lot of negative thoughts about Cock and the way he's acted throughout my experiences with him. So I wouldn't be against abandoning him, to be honest. That's my vote.
Has there been any message from Reinhardt about him and Anastasia?
Ah, yes. So you check your device. You have 3 new messages. I assume you play them out loud.
Yes.
Alright, you have one from Reinhardt that says, I've located Anastasia, but the spawn are closing in on us. Drigi, I need to know if the Bronze Phoenix is ready. And then Drigi sent a response. Roger that, Commander. Jade says, once Anastasia is back, we'll be ready to fly. The ship needs her engineer. Also, there are concerns about how much access we have while Cock is away from the ship. And then Reinhardt responds, understood, do what you can. What about the ground team? Erebus, Cock, status report.
I sent a message saying, we are... Cock is in negotiations with the spawn, doing some religious stuff. Might be a minute. I don't really know what he's doing. We are sort of doing this to avoid getting our asses kicked.
Alright.
Valid.
If you wait for a response, you get a response basically saying, I don't know if we have a minute. We need to get out of here.
I guess I turn to Jamal and Brock, and I'm like, well, our window of opportunity of leaving is closing. quite rapidly.
Side question: do we have Erebus's? Devon's body. Excuse me.
It's on the ship. Drigi took it.
Oh, it's on the ship already. Okay. Yeah. Now or never, boys. What do you think? Probably got a dip.
Could I sneak back into the room where Andrew's doing his like meditation trip or whatever?
I mean, you could try.
All right, I would like to try.
I'm wacky off the mid.
As you're walking back towards the back room, you can see Echo 55's head start to move as he's like looking around like, huh?
Don't worry, Echo. You are still alive and our prisoner. Go back to sleep.
Persuasion roll?
Persuasion roll?
Yeah.
Is he a dwarf?
No.
Well, it doesn't matter. I got a nat 20.
Okay. He just drifts back off. You guys have done irreversible brain damage to this man. He's not gonna put up a fight. All right.
He's just slowly bleeding from the brain.
All right. Roll a stealth roll, Erebus. And while he's doing that, Jamal and Brock roll perception rolls for me.
Perception.
25.
25. Jesus Christ.
Wow, one of my first bad rolls.
You
Got a 3.
Good. What'd you get, Jamal?
I got 13.
13. Okay, so Jamal, I guess, sort of keeping an eye out to make sure that everything's okay as you guys are holding out in this abandoned temple. You begin to hear what sounds like a distant hum of like an engine coming from somewhere outside. What do you want to do? I assume this is happening as Erebus is leaving, so...
And the hum is presumably approaching us?
It sounds like it, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll first inform the group of that information. And, yeah. I don't know, boys. It's, they're closing in on us. The walls are closing in! We gotta escape! Let's leave!
Do you want to try to look through, like, a window or something and see if you can make out what that sound is?
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
You can do investigation. It's not going to be that difficult to look out a window.
Where's the window?
It might if you roll a 7.
Okay, so you start peering out, but you're looking through one of the broken windows, so, like, there's just, like, paint that's been, like, put over all these boards, so you're, like, looking out through a tiny little hole. You don't see much, you just see sort of the outline of one of these mech troopers somewhere outside. You see it for a moment, and then it's gone.
Oh boy. And move back to the group and I say, we got troopers, boys.
Oomp.
Think we can take these things on. We have to be mindful of how we escape from here.
I mean, we could ambush them when they walk through the door.
That's true. That's true. I
Do I
suppose.
hear any of this, or have I walked out of the room?
Yeah, you would hear this just before you leave.
What type of troops was it?
It's like a cyber troop. It was so fast I could only see it for a brief moment.
Is it? I guess my question is this: is it Keeney's troop, or is this Spawn troops?
Now that you're thinking, you don't even know if you remember. It was so fast. You saw it so little of it.
I couldn't really tell you either way. I don't think it's best in those instances to make assumptions, but
I will.
we could be dealing with enemies on multiple fronts.
I will try to get Cock, but prepare for a fight, or prepare to leave him.
Yes.
Alright, so Jamal and Brock stay up there, and Erebus begins making his way back down the stairs through the stoning room with all the heads sticking out of the ground, humming. And just sort of You can't make it back into the room that they're inside because the door is closed, but you can hear just noises coming from inside, machinery and stuff. Nobody's talking right now.
Can I try to like pick a lock or something, or is this like shut?
I mean, I'll say this: you could try to pick the lock or access the device and make the door open, but it would be very obvious that the door is opening. You know what I mean? There's no way to stealthily open the door because it's like a big metal door. So yeah, you could, but it might disrupt whatever's going on inside. And
all right, I head back to the group. It appears they're in some deep meditation or whatever. I don't really want to risk disturbing them. So I guess the decision is do we wait out and possibly risk all of us not being able to leave, or do we make our way back to the Bronze Phoenix and hope Cock can make his way back to us on his own?
I mean, it's your guys' ship, your guys' command. I'm just here along for the fun ride.
So I'm thinking we could get to the Bronze Phoenix and sort of like put up a fight there until Cock's able to join us. But if we leave Cock here, he might not be able to get back to the Bronze Phoenix on his own.
yeah,
That is a good point.
But if we don't go back to the Bronze Phoenix, it might not be there when...
Right.
you get abandoned by another
Alright.
ship.
My vote still stands for leaving. Really seems like it's in your court, Erebus, to make a decision.
Alright, I'm going to send a message in the system to Dridgy and Reinhardt saying, on our way back, leaving Cock to deal with his mystic religion stuff. Hopefully we can make a stand at the Bronze Phoenix and delay whatever is happening long enough for him to get back to us. Cock, when you get this message, get your ass down to the hangar bay.
Yeah, and Dridgy will just respond like, Jade said maybe we could take the ship to Cock if things get hairy.
Alright, boys, pack it up. We're going.
Fuck out of here.
Can
Yes,
we,
sir.
put the
Place
turtle with
reeks.
us, or is it just going to sit and wait?
Sorry, what'd you say?
If we try to give the turtle directions, I guess this is an Andrew thing. Would the turtle go with us, or is it going to stay with you, waiting for you, Andrew?
I told the turtle to go with you guys before I said anything.
All right, so we're going to get on the. We're gonna go. All of us in the turtle. We're going back to the ship.
Okay, what do you want to do about the potential enemy outside? Do you want to wait and see if they pass, or do you want to just barrel out the door like whoa on the turtle? Or do you want to maybe you could send one of you to look ahead first? I don't know. It's just giving you options. What do you guys think?
I asked if there was a back door.
Oh, I didn't even hear that.
That's it.
You want to go looking for a back door?
Yes. Quickly. Running.
Investigation.
Oh fuck. Can I use perception to see if I see a back door?
No.
Can I perceive the back door?
Use the force.
I'm gonna have to use that. I'm gonna have to ask every single fucking time until you let me do it. Because I have nothing in investigation and
there are
+7
some
perception.
situations where perception can be a substitute for investigation, but not when you're actively looking for a thing.
19.
That's pretty good. All right, so while you guys are preparing the turtle for transport, Erebus scoots his way back into the sort of back library. There is another door that leads into another room, on the right-hand side. So you just sort of scoot in there. You're looking around, and it does seem like there's a back door that leads into maybe another building or something. One problem is the turtle's not coming through here. It wouldn't fit. So there's an issue.
God.
Backdoor boys.
I guess let's look. I want to go look out the front to see if the enemies pass us by.
You want to go back to the front?
Yeah.
All right. Now you can do a perception roll.
Nat 1.
Oh my god. Anyone else want to try? What are the fucking chances of that?
Someone want to give me the help action?
I got a 10.
Sure, I hope too. What was it,
Alright,
perception?
guys, I just rolled my dice for fun. I got a 2, then a 1, then a 1.
Nice, nice.
This dice is done for the evening.
Retire.
Retirement. What was the dice?
Perception.
Get another 3.
Yeah, it's not going well for you guys. With the 10, Jamal is at least able to notice that there are people outside.
Yeah, ops are outside.
He's like too scared to look fully through the window, so he just sees like feet moving and then runs back to the group.
Oh, do we want to just burst out and start running?
We just burst out, try to kill everything.
If I am on the turtle, Andrew, does the turtle get my speed, or does it have its own set speed?
It has its own speed.
Imagine the turtle with your speed.
This may be a situation where you guys need to think outside the box a little bit. Don't let the confines of, necessarily the rules hold you back. Just think of what you would do to try to get out of this situation.
Can the turtle just run right through the wall?
Is that the smartest option?
You know the back door? Instead of us worrying about if the turtle fits, we just burst the wall down with the turtle and keep going.
Could do that.
Or we don't give a shit about Andrew and we set this building on fire and then go out the back.
You really want to set a building on fire?
Commit arson.
There is
right
now.
Just don't tell Cock that you were the one that did it after the fact.
Hey guys,
We could.
it was a bit toasty in the building when we got out. No one.
Oh God.
Well, I imagine Cox can burn this place down anyway afterwards.
This is great.
You would have done it. I'm saving your time.
All right. At this point, with old boy Erebus's passive perception, you begin to hear sort of metallic-sounding voices outside. You hear, "Did you pick up that reading? Heavy mana, energy man. What is that? The market? Roger that. Set 3. Stay behind to keep an eye out for the hunted. The rest of you with me." And then you hear jetpacks take off somewhere.
Alright, I'm gonna peek my head out stealthily.
Alright, roll stealth.
27.
Alright, I'll give it a try, but I don't... Alright, you peek your head out, and you just see a singular white-armored mech trooper. The Calvic spawn soldier piloting the machine wears a helmet, so you can't actually see what his face looks like. But he moves with a cold, calculated efficiency, scanning the area using advanced sensors to try to detect even the slightest of movements. Not enough for you, though. The machine trooper does begin to draw closer to the temple, and you guys can hear... The others can now hear clanking of metal against stone as the trooper's feet strike the ground. Heavy, ominous sounds. The air is filled with the whirs of servos and the hissing of hydraulics as he begins moving forward towards the temple, just looking for, you assume, any sign of whatever his prey is.
He's moving towards the temple?
Yes, and...
Could I use my stealth to, stealth to the other side of the building? Not other side of this building, but other side of this courtyard, and then just shoot my gun into the air and then run all the way back to over here so that I get very confused and they don't detect me at all.
If you run out in the middle of the street, he will spot you.
Okay.
You can't hide in the wide open air. Sadly.
Jump on the ceiling of the street. Boom.
I mean, unless you rolled a 39, it would be... That would be the one case where it'd be okay, fair enough.
Not quite yet.
I'm in the clouds.
Not quite yet.
Yeah, you could
I'm actually
try...
a shadow.
You could try going out the back door, climbing up onto the roof, and then leaping across, or something like that, but you couldn't just run across. As he's actively walking towards you.
You know what would be really great for me to have had right now? That Griffin I could summon and then just have him just go parking out.
Or a man with a broom that can fly. Yeah. It's also at this point that you can remember Wolfram warned you about their sort of hive mind capability. So if one enemy spots you, it won't be long before they just all come to your location. So that's something to keep in mind.
Alright, I head back in, sort of share the information. See if my partners can come up with any better ideas.
Also remember there's a massive hole in the church if you could use that in some way to your ability. It leads down into the basement.
Fuck it. Let's go in the basement and see where that leads us.
Hide the turtle in there and then run out the back.
Your turtle got abandoned.
Alright, you head into the basement?
Yeah.
Alright, you start climbing down into the basement. It looks pretty much the same as the upper floor looked, but obviously darker. Some storage down here. Wooden beams that hold up the ceiling. Just like crates and lots of cobwebs. Place hasn't been looked after well. Obviously debris from the ceiling falling in.
Does it look like there's another exit down here?
No. It looks like this probably was just used for some storage.
There's no, like, sewer grate that we could get into and go through that way?
You can all make investigation checks.
Investigation station 14.
Investigation. It's right. Wow, this is gonna suck.
Another 3.
No, I got a 10.
That's pretty good.
14!
The giant turtle sticks his head down, looking at you all, trying to figure out what you're doing. As you hear coming from outside.
I gesture to the turtle to get down here.
You want to pull it down?
No, I just do like hand commands and hope it understands.
It just looks at you like too far. Meanwhile, Jamal is digging through some of the boxes, hurriedly pushing crates aside, looking for any sort of exit from the impending enemy. And you do find some sort of sewer grate-esque looking compartment that you could sort of try to push yourself into. It does look like it'd be a tight squeeze, but it could fit the lot of you, besides the turtle, obviously.
Alright, I'm gonna pull the turtle down here.
Alright, you grab it by its neck. You put your legs up on the top of the ceiling and just start pulling. Give me a strength roll. Strength roll.
8.
You just hear, he's trying to get you off of him, like, why you do this? You are my
Get
friend.
down here. I am! I like look it in its eyes, very lovingly. Persuasion roll, and I'm like, I need you to get down in the basement, please. 21.
21. It really wants to follow you down there, but it's scared to jump.
Jumping is nothing to be afraid of. It is simply falling in a controlled fashion.
Go up there and try to push him.
Brock, do you want to try to help, maybe?
Sure.
The turtle does start to turn around and, like, lower its back towards you, so Echo 5-5 just falls off onto the ground.
Can I try to catch him first?
Yeah, you can try to catch him.
Acrobatics?
Yeah, that makes sense.
19.
Alright, you grab his body, he's like, huh?
Sleep, my sweet prince.
Alright, then Brock, make a athletics roll or a strength roll. I think athletics makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
You put your arms out as it starts lowering.
I got a 24.
The giant turtle starts lowering its butt towards you, and you just grab onto each cheek and lower it down until it touches the ground, and its head goes under right as the mech trooper walks inside.
I then proceed to try to hide it the best I can.
The turtle?
Yeah.
Alright, you start pushing it towards the crates. Give me a stealth
29?
roll. Yeah. Alright. You manage to set up the crate so that it's perfectly hidden, and then you just put a crate over its head, and it's like...
I whisper to it, wait for Cock to summon you again. And then I'm gonna then go try to get the sewer grate open.
Alright, Echo 5-5 is now standing and just looking around like, I guess I'll follow these guys, fuck it. Alright,
you don't happen you don't happen to be a chef, do you?
Huh? He just says. His helmet slightly cracked.
25?
Alright, you get out your thievery tools and start unscrewing the grate. Brack helps you pull it off and throw it to the side, and it's open. It smells like shit in there, but it's open.
I send everyone else down first. I put my rebreather's helmet on so I don't have to smell the shit.
Alright, you start putting your rebreather on. Who's going first?
I'll go. It probably wouldn't bother me as much.
I'm going last. Go.
Alright, Brock, you have to squeeze one arm in, and then sort of maneuver your shoulders so that it's a tight squeeze, but you're definitely the biggest of the three, and if you can make it, then the other two definitely can. Give me a acrobatics roll.
Acrobatics. I got a 13.
All right, so it does take a while to get the thickness of his shoulders in. They're very broad and meaty, but once Jamal basically just like kicks one of your arms in and it flips, and then you're just like squeezing through. The liquid shit helps be a lubricant to your rough body. Who's next?
Oh no! Go!
All right, Jamal, give me a acrobatics roll.
Acrobatics. 17.
17. All right, you get in pretty easily. You're not like slender for an orc. You're actually quite strong, but compared to Brock, you're much thinner than he is. So you managed to squeeze in, and
Hell yeah.
Echo 5-5 follows in after. He just sort of naturally is following you guys now. I'll roll for him. He gives you a thumbs up, Erebus, as he squeezes in. And
I will follow, and I will also put the grate back on top.
You pull the grate? Okay. You pull the grate back on top, and you all begin...
Do I need to give you an acrobatics?
No, you do not. Squishing your way through the tunnel. And we will pause there for a moment's notice as we head back over to wherever Cock is in his mind. So, you enter into the massive hulk of twisted metal and scarred hull plating. The ship that you're entering appears to have crashed here some time ago and has, been slowly sinking into the sand ever since. You can see the outer hull is scorched as if it's been blasted by weapons of flame. A large hole has been torn in its side, and you can see the interior is dark and shadowy. The conveyor belt leads farther down, maybe 50 feet into this ship, and you cautiously make your way inside. Do you have any way that you can create a light, or are you just going in blind?
Let's see.
Got any candles left?
I do have candles. Yeah, I got candles.
Alright, you light just one or a few?
I'll light 2.
Alright, you light 2. It gives you about 10 feet of vision up in front of you. The air in here is thick. The smell is of burned metal, and you can feel heat radiating from the ship, which is strange because it's not operating. The ship's interior is in complete disarray, broken furniture, twisted metal panels, the wiring hangs loose from the walls and ceiling. Gravity also seems to be a little bit out of whack, like it's not super crazy, but you'll jump to get across one thing and you float a little bit more than you'd expect to. And also, the silence is punctuated only by the sound of your own breathing and the occasional of some sort of thud coming from inside the ship. Presumably, maybe, whoever is clearing out the materials is making that noise. As you move deeper into the ship, you see signs of a struggle, blast marks on the walls, scorch marks on the floors, the occasional blood stain, and even another body, one of those soldiers. It's clear that something went very wrong here while you've been away, and perhaps Cheros escaped, fighting desperately. You'll need to be careful as you explore the ship, and there's no telling what kind of dangers there might be lurking in the shadows. But what would you like to do, Cock? What would you like to start? You want to try to reach out to Cheros again, or do you want to just YOLO?
When I saw the visions of Cheros running, was he still wearing his cloak?
It was odd because you saw them almost as if you were looking through his eyes, so you're not quite sure. You just remember seeing other people around him. And fear. That was the main thing. You had a feeling of fear as he was running.
Alright, well, I'm going to try anyway I'm going to cast Locate Object for the cloak that he was wearing last time I was with him.
Interesting. Okay.
So if it is within 120 feet of me within the next 10 minutes, I will know.
Okay.
Or 1,000 feet.
1,000 feet. Right.
Sorry, a little different.
Gotta love magic. Alright, so you just cast it and it works?
Yes. So long as it is there.
Yeah. It's weird. So the magic, you conjure it, and for a moment you sense the cloak almost right next to you, but then it's like in the next room.
Great. Oh, I'll start running in the direction it's going.
Alright, so there's a thin entrance that you sort of push through into the next room as this section has concaved a little bit. And as you're pushing through, you hear a familiar voice up ahead. Come on, you slowpoke, you're missing out! You hear, and it does sound like Cheros, but as you push your way into the room, you see a strange sight. It is the Dragonborn you're seeking, but younger. Not Alduin age, maybe like 18, 19 for Dragonborn, but a young version of the Dragonborn you know. Seemingly completely healed, which is a positive. He wears that robe you recognize and stands by himself in the room ahead. He runs from side to side, either side of the room, with this look of awe on his face at what he's seeing around him. Look at this! Isn't this incredible?
Is he talking to me or someone else?
You're not quite sure. You just hear another doof of this metal thud coming from basically right where he's looking. The structure inside the crash ship is massive. Now you can see as you're entering into this room, the walls are made of like dark steel that seems to absorb the light that your candles are giving off. And there's like these large spikes that shoot up, you know, tower above you, spires reaching up towards the ceiling like claws from a great beast. This had to be the work of, I don't know, some sort of aliens? Creatures from somewhere even Father hasn't been. He continues running around in excitement.
I will yell Alduin at him, see if he responds to his name.
Alright, you yell Alduin out. And as you give this response, there's something strange. Your own voice almost feels like it's coming off a bit younger. You know, your voice cracks a bit as you speak. And it's almost like now as you step through into the room, you're living out a memory of your childhood, but you've never experienced this before, so you don't know what's happening. Maybe we can find some cool treasures in here. Why don't you take a closer look? He says to you.
I look back at him and eventually becoming a younger version of myself. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. And I start looking for treasure.
Alright, investigation roll.
16.
Alright, so you get closer to where he's at. You can see the walls around you are covered in strange mystic symbols etched deep into the metal. They seem to writhe and twist as you look at them, and their meaning is impossible to decipher. It's very similar to the orb of the anomaly that Ellen had. Give me an intelligence check while you're looking at these walls.
All right. Ooh. 17.
Okay, so there's this awkward moment where you're both staring at the walls in amazement, and then both of you at the same time realize what it is and say it at the exact same time. It's a prison! You say in unison. And yeah, you can see this entrance in front of you is some kind of prison. There's these large, massive iron gate, rusted with age. As you approach, you can hear the groan of ancient machinery, and the gate slowly begins to open, the sound echoing through the empty courtyard beyond. Wow! I've never seen something so big before.
Hey, yo.
Chill!
It's a child. Get him.
But yeah, now as the gate opens up, the metal thud that you've been hearing all this time is more present than ever. Somewhere in this courtyard, you hear this sound. And inside, as the door opens, you can see the prison cells lined up like a labyrinth, just winding passages and dark chambers with cells along the side. The walls are slick with a strange moisture, and the air is heavy with the smell of decay and death. The only light comes from the occasional flicker of a ceiling bulb above you and the candles that you hold, casting long shadows that seem to dance and writhe along the ground. I assume you continue further.
Of course.
Charos by your side, you both walk deeper into the prison. You can feel a sense of oppression settle over you. The air is heavy on your chest, and you can hear faint whispers, ancient voices in the back of your mind, occasionally making out a few that sound familiar. You recognize one from your vision, the Rat Man, Brian, and you can hear him say, "Yes, further, your prize awaits, youngling."
Yeah, I'm gonna go towards the
There's candy in the van up ahead.
Come on. Try to maybe sneak toward the man's.
Okay. Which man's?
The dude trying to summon kids into his band.
Alright, you want to try to focus on that voice?
Yeah.
Okay, give me an Arcana check.
12.
12, okay. Meanwhile, Charos has ran off towards one of the doors, one of the cells that are open. And he's like, "Oh my gosh! Just imagine all the dangerous and powerful beings that have been held in here. And the secrets it could contain are beyond imagining. But it could be very dangerous." He puts his finger up in the air. "We have to be careful." You focus on that voice you hear. The end isn't... No, he doesn't. The end is near. Our bargain is coming to a close soon. You will see what I have for you. Just whispers. It's amongst a bunch of other whispers in your head. You think occasionally you can hear maybe like one of your teachers from when you were a kid whispering something, and then like, you know, maybe one of your friends on the Bronze Phoenix. It's a concoction of sound. But yeah, Charos follows you to a stopping point where this large cell door in front of you that you can hear the thudding coming from, these muffled sounds of pounding against metal from within. You see there's like a small window on the side of this cell, and through fogged glass there's a hulking shape trapped inside, a beast that seems almost too large to be contained inside the cell in front of you. The creature's eyes glow a fierce green in your direction, and a massive ebony clawed fist slams against the window. With a deafening thud, you feel raw power radiating from this thing, like a tangible force that threatens you even though it's trapped inside. Despite the danger, Charos sort of pats you on the back like, "Look how cool this thing is!" But you sense pain and frustration coming from within inside. You're not having fun anymore. What do you want to do?
I will snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. And remember why I'm here. Look at your mans and say, "I came to get you out of here. We have to go."
What? I'm not going yet. This is so much fun. Don't be a party pooper.
You won't be pooping much longer if you're dead. I start shaking him like an infant.
Get off me, man.
Get off me, man.
Why are you being so lame?
What? Why are you young again?
Huh?
Right.
Bro, stop being such a loser. I'm gonna see what's inside here. If you're scared, you can hide behind me.
He calls me scared, so I push him out of the way and I go in.
You push him onto the ground. Oh! He fucking rolls in the dirt. Alright. You walk up, you approach the door to the creature's cage. As you lift a hand up, your hands glow a strange, soft green light, and without even touching the door, it begins to open. And finally, a loud crash as it completely opens up. The beast inside stands still for a moment, allowing Charos to sort of get up, dust himself off, and now stand behind you instead. But the beast just stays there, peacefully panting, breathing to itself. Its chest rises and falls as it sits motionless in the darkness. And then it roars out and bursts free of the prison, knocking both of you over, its massive frame towering over you and Charos. For a moment, it seems like it's gonna punch you in your face, but then it seems to recognize both of your presences. Its head lowers, getting closer to you, looking you in your eyes. The beast, now more visible. It has glass, sort of like matte skin, very dark gray color. Its eyes are this pure green, shining in your direction like two beams, and its body is full of jagged edges that barely seem to even make sense as you're looking at it. It can hardly even stand up straight. It looks so awkward. The natural elements almost make it even more beautiful when you're looking at it. And then it just lets out this low, rumbling growl and begins to turn away from you. Can you just unmute to burp? It burps in your face and then begins to turn away. Charos is like, wait, where are you going? What are you? It stops, looks at Cock, and then you just hear another voice in your head.
Thank you.
And it reverbs around, and then the beast just turns, runs on all fours further runs on all the floors, further
floor.
into the crashed vessel. Charos just looks at you, a huge smile on his face. That was awesome! Imagine how many more things like that are down here!
Yeah. I'm gonna... ask him, so you have no memories of running from anything with a bunch of strangers around you?
Well,
being really scared.
Well, I got really scared when at Jarf ball practice I wasn't starting.
Oh yeah, that's understandable. But in this ship, were you ever really scared?
What are you talking about, Drax? This is our first time here.
Uh-huh. Right. And why are we here?
Well, you said you wanted to take a look at the place. I thought you were having fun.
You don't seem to be very receptive of fun. Yes, it's a very interesting place. However, we have pressing matters.
Oh, come on. You sound like Aurora. Pressing matters, this pressing matter.
Oh, you ever say that name?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. You're just being weird is all. Usually you're the one that wants to have fun, and I'm tagging along with you, and now look at you. Are you scared or something? If you are, you can tell me. I won't judge you.
I think I'm growing up.
Well, that's a shame, because I'm far older than you are. It's making me feel all awkward now.
It starts dying.
Speaking of dying, you definitely feel pain starting to hit your body now.
Oh, my appendix!
What? Charos grabs you, helps you stand, but yeah, you can feel this kind of similar to the heart scare you had on Nox Hollow. You grab your chest. It just hurts a little bit, not too bad, but it almost feels like a clock ticking for you, like you're running out of time to do whatever you're supposed to do here. Okay, maybe we should go back.
Yeah, we gotta get back. Also, do you know what this is? And I hold my amulet out.
God damn, that's so funny. Yeah? How did you get that? All the ears of the 12 have them, but you're not supposed to have one. That's mine.
Hey, whoa.
Well, it's not mine.
How do you know that this is yours?
Oh,
Someone else has yours.
It's not technically mine, but Maris is supposed to have mine. Did you steal it from him?
No.
Okay, well, we can talk to him when we get back. Let's just get out of here. Way to ruin the mood. Alright, so he puts his arm around... No, he puts your arm around his shoulder and helps you limp head back towards the way you guys came. And yeah, we'll pause there for a moment. Alright. Erebus, Jamal, and Brack, and Echo 55. I totally forgot that he was around, so now he's like in the... I have to add him to the notes. Alright, so you guys eventually get to the edge of the ship pipe. Good thing Brock went first, because he can punch it out. And you guys exit covered in poo. You smell terrible. You all suffer -5 to temporary -5 to charisma. You all smell horrible.
I take off my mask. Aha.
I just say, feels like I'm in the arena again.
You take off your mask, but your fur still has...
No,
I guess
leave
you
it
put
on.
the whole suit on, didn't you? So you're alright.
Yeah.
But now you have a shit-covered suit, so...
No, I left the suit on. I wasn't going to risk taking it off yet.
Okay. But yeah, you guys are now in sort of the forge proper. You think that maybe it's led you to the second disc somewhere. You can hear combat somewhere around here. Above you, actually, you can all see that there's that sound of a hum that Jamal heard. So above you, you can see the spire that is basically the elevator, the shaft that the elevator goes through. And there is a ship, just like a civilian ship, flying around. And you can see it's being pursued by these Kalvik spawn fighters. And these are, you know, white speed ships, and they're chasing after him. And the ship is ducking and weaving, trying to evade these enemies. And then, blam! One of its wings gets shot and just explodes, and it goes tumbling, spiraling directly into the giant elevator tower, and there's a huge explosion, and suddenly the whole station starts shaking uncontrollably for a moment. It feels like an earthquake going on. This lasts like 10 seconds. You're all trying to hold onto the ground and not fall.
Well, I guess we might have to bring the Bronze Phoenix to cock now. The elevator might not longer be usable.
And then you hear a beep beep from your device.
I play the message.
You play the message, you hear Dridgy's voice say, "Holy shit, did you feel that?" And then you hear Reinhardt say, "We are running out of time."
We are on our way. Hold your horses, please.
Hold your Phoenix.
We are on the second ring. We are moving down to the third as quick as possible.
You just hear, "Roger that."
Cock, hurry your ass up if you get this message.
Cock's gonna have a lot to answer for. Alright, what do you guys want to do?
Let's find the sewer grate that goes down to the third floor.
Alright. Anyone good at survival checks? Track for another shit.
Survival? No. Nature. Could it be a nature? Nature.
I mean, you could smell the poop and try to find the other.
Do we give each other like the help action?
A boudet.
Yeah, you could help one another to try to do this. So give someone advantage in whatever roll you want to make. But you have to explain to me why you're making said roll if you want to do something other than survival.
Can I use stealth or sleight of hand to use my criminal underground knowledge to locate the best place I think a sewer would exist?
You could use your underground knowledge to make a history check.
Yeah, that doesn't help me. If only it was sleight of hand and my plus 15. What's your nature check?
Jamal.
+3. I rolled a nat 1 though, so
I'll give you the help action. Help you smell this out. My cat-like senses,
Alright.
I can probably smell better than you.
so can I just re-roll that?
Yeah.
Or something?
Yeah, and while you're doing this, Echo 55 is actively vomiting out of the hole in his helmet.
Because of the poo smell?
My-
Or because he's like,
Yeah.
He's just vomiting.
What'd you get?
4
9?
turned into a 10.
Oh, 10.
Let's go.
If there is another poo sewer, which you assume there is, it's not anywhere near here.
anybody have any best guesses about how we get down to the next level?
We could jump.
I don't think so.
You could think about the ways you've gotten up and down before.
Well, there's the secret
But that's-
passages that our friend told us about. Could we try to get back into those from the second floor, or did we only know how to get into them from the third floor?
You only know how to get them into them from third and first. However, you could try to figure out where that was in comparison and do that. Or you could, I mean, there are other options. You could try to find one of the bus stations and like steal a bus. You could you could jump, try to find a parachute or something.
Could I just climb down?
Yeah, you could potentially do that. You now know ways to get on the outside of the disc after your first introduction with the Calvix Mon, but that doesn't help everyone else.
Can I roll sleight of hand to see if I can figure out where the secret passages are?
Sleight of hand won't help you with that. You could do investigation or
Perception?
you could try to perceive. Yeah, I think perception would make some sense.
Alright, who wants to give me the help action?
Nobody.
Sure, why not?
5.
Okay, so first one's an 18. Second one is a 22.
Also, I'm sorry, did you get a 25, Jamal?
No.
Oh, okay.
What am I rolling for, sir?
Oh, sorry.
Actually, I got a 3. Never
I
mind.
thought you said a number. I wasn't sure.
The help action just means like I then have advantage.
Oh, yeah. I gave the assist.
Okay.
22.
So you all start following Erebus, the shit-stained crew of the Bronze Phoenix, and plus Echo 55, who still doesn't really know why he's following you, but at this point, with the Calvix Bond everywhere, it's his best chance at survival. So also you guys are just letting him follow you. He doesn't know that you're turning him in for a bounty. So
No, just the other person. There was no bounty on him. It was the corpse.
oh yeah,
of
you
the
got
other
the
lady.
head of the other person. That's true. That's still on the turtle, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah. All right. So
He's joining our crew. He just doesn't realize it yet.
yeah. Okay. So you guys head through the streets. And eventually you come across, basically you can hear a lot of gunfire coming from the marketplace, but also followed by like weird spell sounds, like magic being casted. And as you're sort of sneaking by, you're about 50 feet away so that no one's going to spot you, but you just see a tiny little gnome man with just a million different magical weapons firing at these Calvix Spawn. He'll fly up, shoot a firebolt, explode a bunch of them, and you can see Roderick Drek just like defending the marketplace with his life. At one point he pulls out one of those sniper rifles he told you he doesn't have and starts shooting it. As you
Swear at him. He's so fucking hard. Can I roll intimidation from like
yeah, go ahead. I thought you were gonna say I shoot him.
20 not 20 13.
You get a sense that he felt a disturbance in the force in that moment as you did that. But you guys keep moving along until you make your way into what is now... I mean, people are like holding themselves up in their apartment buildings, so you have to make your way up a couple flight of stairs to get to the room that you assume corresponds to the one that Wolfram purchased, and as you get there, you see the same room number. This one has a sign on it that says out of service, but, you know, Brock could easily kick the fucking door down.
Could I just open it, sleight of hand?
Sure.
31.
31. Holy shit. All right.
Those gloves are helpful, guys.
This one you just, like, connect to, like, your fucking thieves code device, and then a beep sound, and then it opens.
16 plus 15. Let's do this.
Jesus Christ. All right, you enter inside, and it's the same similar layout to the one that Wolfram had that goblin in it. And you guys move through to the back where the bedroom is, and you see a passage leading into some sort of shaft.
Head down.
All right, you all start climbing down.
Quietly.
Echo 55 is like, can I come with you guys, or?
Yes. That's why we have
Yeah, sure, man.
Okay, cool.
You're along for the
You're my
ride.
new friend.
Any chance are you a chef?
Maybe, I can't remember right now.
Now we'll try when we get on the ship.
You guys really bruised my cranium, to be honest.
We have a medical facility on board. I'm sure we can figure out how to operate it, even though our medic is dead.
Oh. Did you beat him to death, too? He says,
No, he sort of fried himself in a magical prison.
Oh, yeah, okay. That makes sense. Alright. You guys begin to climb down. And we'll be back with you in a moment.
Bada boom.
So far, so good. Nobody's died. Alright. Calculus. After you felt what feels like a heart attack hit you for a moment, suddenly, while you were traveling back with Cheros, you just find yourself back outside in the desert, your mind almost uncontrolling where you're going. And you can see the crashed ship nearby, but the camp is now gone, and instead you just see a body lying in front of you. Your vision is becoming blurred. Your mind is muddled with thoughts that aren't your own. You're confused. You feel sick to your stomach, like you need to throw up. Then you look at your arms, and you're scared. You're not cock. You see blue flaming skin once again, instead of your turtle hands. But you feel great power emanating from you. What would you like to do?
I'm going to take a moment to have a mental breakdown that I no longer look like myself.
Yeah, wherever you are, it's becoming harder and harder to control what's happening around you. Whether it's the time fluctuation or your body changing, the thoughts, the whispers in your mind, it's becoming overwhelming, but you have to focus. You're the only hope. And you just see some figure lying in the desert sand in front of you. This green blood coming off of him.
I will run to the figure.
Alright, you walk up to it. The body out in front of you is made of that gray, sort of ebony crystal, the green mist phasing out, and you can see the creature that you freed from the ship. Voices swirl in your head as reality begins to set in of what you may have potentially just done. And then you hear, "Claim your prize, youngling. This is how you save your galaxy." As the body lays on the ground, you can see the head has almost come off in a shape similar to that of a helmet, and the arms peel, and you can see gauntlets, and it's beginning to look like the beast may have not been a beast at all, instead a figure in armor.
I'm going to try to take the helmet off the figure.
All right. You reach down, you grab the helmet, you hold it in your hands, and you look into the face of it, and it begins to mold in while you hold it, and it looks like it's changing to something a bit more fitting to you.
Gonna put on the helmet.
All right, you put on the helmet, and it forms around your face instantly, almost like an Iron Man helmet. And now you can see the gauntlets and the boots coming off and moving in your direction, almost like it's wanting you to put the rest of the suit on. And it does make you feel powerful.
I'm gonna look at a young Crap and see if he's making any head shakes of I shouldn't put this shit on.
You mean Cheros?
Yep.
You look around and you still have that spell going from earlier. It's probably just about to finish up, but you can sense him nearby somewhere in the desert, but he's not near you right now.
Alright, I'll put it on.
Alright, so you attach the gauntlets, you pull the boots on, you attach the chest piece, and as you're putting it all on, it's like the half of each piece is like a half of armor, and as you put it on, the rest of it comes and forms around your body until you're completely encased in this creature's armor. And then you hear Cheros' voice from behind you. Adraxel! And your mind teleports once again. You now sit on board the bridge of a ship. Your mind just pain going. A single seat is there for you and you alone as you pilot somewhere, and you assume the Omega Astria, and heavy footsteps approach you from behind. But it is at this moment where strange sensation sets in, because you can see yourself in the reflection of the inner window of the ship, and you no longer see, obviously, the turtle. You no longer see the fiery blue skin cock. When you look in the reflection, you see yourself wearing the very same armor that Pirate Lord Tratus wears, the gray crystal, dark, with green smoke emanating out of various cracks, and it causes panic for you for a moment, because you realize that you might be changing the way things go.
Technically, right now, a member of the Demon Pact is in possession of the armor. Does that mean we fulfilled it?
No.
Oh, damn it.
We'd have to give it to him, I believe.
He said he could claim it at any time once we had it.
He just
But
teleports in front of me. Hello!
you hear the voice from behind you. And now you can hear Cheros' voice, not a child, the adult Cheros running up. You hear him say, "Tell me this is not true. Tell me Aurora and Morgor have lied to my face. Tell me you do not wish to give up the only thing that protects us from the Titans." And you turn, and you can see him now. He wears his full armor as well, staring at you.
Doing what I have to.
No. Do not do this. Do not plot against me in this way.
Think I would if I had a choice?
Yeah, and all of the visions start to pour back through. Everything Cock has seen in his time on the Anno fleet. And specifically Brian, the Rat Man in the black suit. You remember breaching the barrier to see the outside galaxies. You remember your anger, your father, your siblings. They never listen. It all comes flooding back to you in a single moment. The pain of never knowing your place and not having enough power to protect yourself. Cheros has always been there. He's been a shoulder to cry on, someone who can help you when you needed it. But now, Aurora, Zadum, all of your other siblings, they're turning him against you. Drax, do not do this. Speak to me first. Where is your mind? How could you make these decisions? This is not you. This is the armor speaking.
Maybe the armor is finally letting me speak for myself.
You can see the pain in Cheros' eyes as you say this. You realize what they're going to do. They will not stop. They will not let you do this. They will kill you if they have to. I don't want this. Everything I have ever done has been to steer you away from the path Father set for you. Please don't tell me I have failed.
It wasn't you who failed me. But I failed nonetheless.
There has to be another way, brother.
If you know of one, you're more than welcome to bring it to my attention. Otherwise...
There's a tense silence between the two of you as you stare. Clear disappointment in Cheros' eyes, and in yours, an unwavering knowing that what you're doing is the only way to set things right. And as you finish speaking, there is a violent flash in the ceiling above you, and you and Cheros are pulled towards an event horizon-looking darkness. And now you're suddenly in outer space, and you can feel crushing gravity pressing you two together from all sides. It seems like you're bound to just explode under the pressure, and then suddenly a burst of fiery energy from... I mean, you can see this coming from Cheros, and just a fiery burst of force that shoots out. And then another one follows, somewhere from where Cock had worn that amulet, shoots out as well, and it explodes and just creates this concoction of energy that explodes the darkness around you, and it sends you hurtling, goddamn, towards the outer space. And as you land back, there are no voices in your head. There are no more questions about who you are. You are Cocculus the turtle. And you find yourself back in the metal chamber, underneath the old temple, now joined by your friend Cheros. You both hear sounds of the changeling assassins shouting in some sort of discomfort. You see one of them blindly sort of dive towards their mistress in a protective stance, and the other gets ready to combat if that's what is about to happen. But as you and Cheros look each other in the eyes, you both acknowledge what you've both seen. And there's a look in his eye that says, I remember now. What would you like to do, Cock?
Are the assassins trying to shield her from me? Slash Cheros?
Yeah, it looks like there was a moment where Cheros wasn't there, and then suddenly he was there, and you were now conscious again, and she's still somehow in the orb. And so one of them, the one with the red cybernetic jaw, dived over to her to like get in a protective stance, and then the other one is like ready to fight you if that's what's about to happen.
Alright, I'm going to telepathically tell ya boy that we need to get out of here. The entire station is being attacked. And then out loud I will say, would you like me to take a look at her? To the assassins.
Persuasion roll.
24.
Alright, so you say that out loud. You like me to take a look at her. The hooded assassin with the golden armor looks in your direction, looks at her. You can see her eyes now beginning to open, and she just has this huge smile on her face. And then the hooded assassin says, "It is best if you leave now. She has gotten what she wishes."
May I take the orb?
He looks over towards her. She's now beginning to stand. Cheros is looking at you, looking at them. "Oh, that was brilliant. You anomaly folk have quite the power, Twaddle. Oh, how I would love to take you onto my ship and use you however I wish. But a deal is a deal, and you and your friends are alive, so you may leave."
May we have the orb, or do you wish to use it?
She looks at it on the ground. "I suppose it's I've gotten what I want, and she kicks it towards you.
Fantastic. Then, since you helped me, I hold no grudge against you.
Holy shit, where did he come from?
Don't worry about that. It is what it is. He's been here this whole time. What do you mean?
Cheryl just smiles and waves.
But I will pick up the orb, and then we're going to start leaving.
Alright, yeah, so with a sudden burst of speed, the two lizard friends sprint out past the stoning room, leaving the assassins far behind. Now I just need to know where you want to go. You get a bunch of beeps on your comm device thing, signifying you have messages.
I will look in my inbox.
All right, you just play back all these messages of, holy shit, we gotta go. Holy shit, we gotta go. Cock, if you're hearing this, is time to go. We gotta get out of here, man. Come on, fam. Let's go. And also, like, we don't know if what we can do on the ship without the guy who runs it and all that stuff.
I'm gonna try to head back through the like maintenance floor that you can go through here.
Yes, the path that Wolfram showed you. It's good that somebody remembered that. Alright, so yeah, it's just back through, like, basically right before the stoning room, that hallway, there's a secret hatch that you can find, and eventually that will lead you back to the lower rings where the hangar bays are, and that's what Wolfram was suggesting you guys do. But you found it. Alright. We will pause there as you begin traveling back through. Okay, so the other guys exit out through Wolfram's apartment. You still need to get down to the lowest rings where the hangar bays are, the Grantani hangar bay where your ship is. But at this point, Erebus starts receiving messages from Reinhardt on the comm link. He stares at it, wondering if he should answer. Time goes by.
Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone. Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone.
Brock
it's for
and
you,
Jamal
William.
can,
For Erebus, or Set.
can hear the comm link also going off. Erebus just stares at it, not sure what to do.
Up late thinking about life. What's my purpose while I'm here?
Alright, I listen.
Alright, you have a message from Reinhardt that says, we've made it back to the ship, but Calvic spawn are hot on our trail. It might be tough for you guys to get here. Just look out, basically.
Roger that. On our way. Let's go, boys! Double time! Move it!
Roger,
Alright.
Roger.
You guys
I go full sprint.
Alright, you want to sprint past your
No,
teammates?
I'll stay with them.
Okay.
I'll do a brisk walk while they're running.
Echo 5 is miming like he has a gun in his hand, and he's at the back, like, getting ready to attack
I don't think
things.
we ever took his weapons away from him.
No, he still has it on him. He's just too stupid right now to pull it out of its holster.
Yeah, that's 0 and right now.
The crew of the Bronze Phoenix, or at least the ones not on the ship, scramble through the space station's corridors, your hearts pounding as you can hear footsteps, these Calvic spawn getting closer and closer. You're rushing through corridors trying to get down to the Grantani hangar bay. You feel like you've pushed it quite far, and, you know, if you don't double time it now, you're probably going to get overrun. Your only hope is to make it back to your ship and take off before it's too late. You can see now the Grantani hangar bay in front of you, and there are just civilians that are being thrown across, hangar bays by these mech troopers. Ships take off, and then you can see fighters chase after them as they're going. Clearly, they don't want people leaving.
Okay, as we start dashing towards the Phoenix, I pull up my communicator and I'm like, alright, get the ship ready for takeoff! Have the ramp ready to go. Just Jade, get in the fucking pilot seat and be ready to go. We're almost there.
Yeah, you get a message from Drigi. Says Anastasia's ready to go. Engine's looking all right. She brought some supplies.
Perfect. We're going to figure out the cock situation later. All right, boys, sprint. Go on.
All right. You all start sprinting. All right, acrobatics rolls all around.
Even for good old me.
You can have advantage.
I got a 10.
13.
Damn, I am rolling like shit. I got a 6.
Echo 5-5. Can you save the day? No, but he rolled a 5, so that's his lucky number. All right, so you all start sprinting in this open section. You can see troopers begin turning their heads in your direction. You actually see what looks like a sort of sleek white helicopter above you that shines a light down on the four of you as you're running across.
I'll shoot the light.
Okay, you want to try to shoot the light?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, go ahead.
19?
All right, so you fire your what is your gun called again?
Antimatter rifle.
You fire your antimatter rifle, and just like the corruption of the bullet just like turns one of the lights off. There's still 3 like shining down on you.
Can I do the damage to the helicopter as well?
Yeah, I assume that that it also hits the
23 damage to the helicopter.
Okay. And as that happens, you guys are sprinting, and then suddenly, Erebus, your passive perception goes off. Because the light stops following you for a moment, so you look back, and you just see Echo 5 pointing up with his hand pistol, firing up at the helicopter, and then just a fucking blast comes down. Let's see if he survives this. Well,
I go try to help him with my speed.
You want to put yourself in harm's way?
Yeah.
Why do you care about this guy? Right.
I don't know. This is just the type of person Erebus is.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so you no
Dex saving throw?
Yeah, dex saving throw.
I think my new ability gives me advantage on these.
I'll say if you get above a 15, which you probably are, you'll take half damage.
That's my new ability. If I roll and I would have been taking half damage, I actually take no damage, and if I fail, I just take half damage.
Nice.
And I actually got a 23, so I take no damage.
Alright, so you just like knock him out of the way. Echo 3 goes spiraling down towards the ground, and the blast explodes behind you, and Jamal and Brock see this. The blast is now between the 2 groups, but you saved Echo from essentially being evaporated on the spot.
I pick him up, and I start going my full speed.
You just hear woo as you lift him up. Give me a strength roll.
I'm not great at these. 2.
Alright, he has to stand. You can't grab him, so he stands and sort of... He's like, I'm good, I'm good!
I go as fast as he's able to let me.
Alright, you grab his hand and start pulling him along. Brock and Jamal, what are you guys doing?
I just wave at them to keep going.
Go, go, go!
Alright,
Alright, keep going.
they keep sprinting towards the ship. You can see now the hangar bay doors are open, and the Bronze Phoenix, the engine is clearly on. You can see actually the hangar doors on the outside, the one that lead out into space. There's like a series of them, so there's 5. You guys are in section 3. And they're just beginning to... Actually, I think you were in Section 4, if I'm being... I want to be fair to you guys. So Section 4, and Section 1 is beginning to close, and then Section 2 is beginning to close, and you guys need to... Like, you're just sprinting, trying to get to the ship as fast as you can. And one of these mech troops fires off at the farthest back, so that's going to be Erebus. Does a 15 hit you?
I have 15 AC.
You want to use any of your reactions on this?
Reaction dodge, so half damage.
So it's going to be 12 damage as one of these torpedoes blasts behind you.
Damn.
Yeah, that's half. These are not guys to be messed with. And you start. You basically, Brock and Jamal make it on board. You can see one of the troopers is like actively pulling a ship from being able to take off. He's like holding on to it, and it's like spiraling in his hand, and it's about to crash. So he's distracted. He can't get to you. And yeah, Erebus now, you round the final corner of the Grand Tiny hangar. You can see the ship in the distance. This sleek black vessel that shimmers in the light of the station's.
Did it get its paint job? Is the Phoenix on there now?
Yeah, the paint job has been added. The engines, like I said, are already firing up, sending like fumes of smoke. There's a bunch of ships that are now taking off, and usually a bunch of ships don't take off like this, so it's really smoky in here. And there's flame shooting out the exhaust ports. There's a burst of energy from you as you sprint towards Echo 55. You somehow managed to go your full movement, and Echo 55 is just being like dragged along the floor as you sprint off towards the ship, and he's like shaking as you do this. And you're dodging laser fire coming from various mech troopers, and even like weird grappling hook weapons that like you saw that Keeney's men used on Cock at one point. That sort of jism rocket. And the Calvic spawn are relentless, so they're gonna send it your way. That's gonna miss.
Is there like a ship that's about to take off near us that isn't ours?
Yeah.
All right. So I still have my oil flask.
You want to light it on fire?
I still also have a flask of water that just has alcohol in it. I'm like, do I just like chuck this into a ship's engine, cause a massive explosion, and sort of distract people? Do I set the building on fire? No, let's keep going. Let's just keep running for now.
You sure?
You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to throw my oil flask and hope to do as much damage as possible.
Do you want to do it at the ship that's trying to take off, that the Calvic spawn trooper is holding on to?
Sure.
Okay, so Echo 55, you let go of him and he runs on board, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is gonna be close. If we're gonna do this, I need you to roll initiative.
All of us?
16 plus 4, 20?
Yeah. Well, technically you guys are on the ship, but you can roll if you want to. 20 for Erebus.
I got a nat 20 finally, plus 4.
Holy shit.
Nice.
I got a 10.
10 for Brock. It's really...
You know, my advantage on initiative rolls didn't really go well.
Alright, that's a pretty good order. Alright, Jamal, you've entered onto the cargo bay of the main ship. The door is wide open. Brawl is sat down there. He's so happy to see you that you're still alive. He just runs up, tries to hug you, but, you know, obviously there's more important things right now. What do you want to do on your turn?
Covered in shit, probably still as well.
Yeah, he doesn't care about that.
Well, one time for celebrations once Devon is back, Brawl. It's good to see you, though, friend.
I'm so happy you're alive! Are we fighting?
Fight is knocking on our doorstep, it seems. Be prepared!
Alright, he starts climbing up the ladder, heading somewhere. Is that all you want to do?
Yeah.
You just hear Erebus yell from outside, "Get the guns going!"
Alright.
Fight is... Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's all I'll do.
Alright, Erebus, it is your go. I assume you're going to use your turn to chuck your alcohol and fuel.
Yep, let's do this.
All right,
what should I roll?
Let's say acrobatics to sort of line it up as you roll it across the cargo bay.
25?
Hangar bay. Alright, yeah. You sort of tie them together and roll them along the floor like a grenade. And it lands right under the Calvic spawn guy, right where his jetpack would light up. Alright, that is your go. Brock?
And then I will move inside.
Okay, okay, you move inside. You don't want to... I assume you're going to shoot it on your next turn?
Oh, I thought I was like throwing it into the fire so it then like set itself off.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, if his jetpack starts, it's definitely going to explode.
Then, yeah, I'll sort of be like on the ramp so they can start taking off and leaving.
Okay, yeah. Brock, what do you want to do?
You've
never been on the ship before.
Well, by the end, if I'm like, I walked into the ship, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand right at the entrance, prepare an action for if someone, like an enemy, tries to charge in. I'm gonna attack him.
Okay, sounds good. All right, on the next turn, the Kalvik spawn guy next to the ships just starts slamming it into the ground, trying to get this person to stop taking off. Another one, meanwhile, is jetpacking over in your direction, and you can see behind him dozens of them jetpacking in your direction, coming towards the Bronze Phoenix as the trap has been sprung. One lands, and I assume, Brock, you're going to attack him.
Yes.
All right, give it a roll.
9.
And that will not hit.
I have another one.
Yep.
28.
That will hit.
Yeah, okay. It's okay. Here we go. 18 damage.
18 damage. All right, so you give him a good whopping.
Had that guy attacked yet? Or had a,
No, he has not attacked yet.
Has the guy had a turn yet in the current combat roll?
Technically, it is his turn. So I don't know.
Because I have something called a surprise attack. If you hit a creature that has not taken a turn yet in the current combat with an attack roll, it takes an extra 2d6.
I'd say you can do a surprise attack. That seems fair, I think.
Okay. 6 damage.
6 more damage?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, I didn't realize I had the button to press. I grabbed my dice just in case.
You really slash into him, into his mask. And you just hear "Arrgh!" from the mech trooper.
Fuck off this ship, bitch!
Alright, and on the next turn, you hear Jade over the intercom say, "Is everybody on? I need to know!" And then it is Jamal's turn again.
Alright. I'm gonna go and try and find a gun on the ship so that I can aim it at the people outside and kill them. Boom.
Okay, so you head up towards the cockpit where the... Oh, do you want an actual gun, or do you want the ship's gun?
I wanna, if possible, I wanna shoot with the ship's guns.
Okay, so yeah, you head up towards the cockpit where the turret control is. So I'll say on your turn you get into it and start moving the weapon, but you can't fire just yet. Erebus.
I shoot. Boom.
Yeah. Erebus, I see you shoot the thing.
Boom.
All right. Roll to aim. Roll to fire. Attack. Boom.
Do I? Okay. I assume there's not a high AC for this. 18.
You're a pretty good shot. Yeah, that'll hit. And I'll do the damage because it's a huge explosion.
This will be the day you remember us that you almost caught the crew of the Bronze Phoenix.
Hell yeah. Such good films. Alright. Oh my god. Alright, so you stick your head back out, aim your sniper right at where you threw the alcohol, shoot a bullet. At that exact moment, it sort of ricochets off of the cup and hits the jetpack as well. And so the jetpack like sparks for a moment, and at the exact time that the bullet hits the alcohol, so it's just and then it hits the fucking engine of the ship, and it just erupts into a huge flame next to you, and you just hear Jade say, "What the fuck?" as this huge explosion just sort of cascades over the top of the Bronze Phoenix.
Go, go, go!
You scream out, "Go!" and the smoke is even heavier now, and you just see the only thing that stands is just like the burning armor of this mech troop, and he's like trying to get out of the flames, but he's still actively on fire. Okay. Brock, do you want to attack this guy?
Sure, I'll
Did
attack him.
someone made it into the ship?
He's standing on the ramp next to you guys, yeah.
Gotcha.
And I'm attacking him. 16.
16. That will hit. That is his AC.
7 damage. And I'll attack again. 15?
That will not hit.
Oh, sad.
Sad indeed. But, positive note, he has 69 health left.
Ooh.
Alright, so... I assume at the end of your turn, Erebus, you ran inside.
Well, if there's someone on the thing, I probably won't go too far, but we also need to get him off so we can close the ramp and not, suffocate in space.
So you just want to stay in the cargo hold, but you're ready to fight, basically?
Yep.
Okay, so you head inside. Jade begins to lift the ship up, but keeps the cargo hold door open, and says over the hangar bay, says over the intercom on the ship, I don't actually have the ability to close that without cock. And you inside, Jamal can hear people running to their stations, powering up various consoles and stuff, getting ready for whatever's about to happen. Anastasia is anxiously heading to the engine room, freaking out because if anything bad happens to the engine, she won't be able to fix it. Hence, Pilot Jade is just in the cockpit above, screaming out orders. As soon as she sees Jamal sit down in the gun, she's like, "Get ready to fire!"
Roger that!
She actually points towards the hangar bay doors in front of you and says, Devon, sorry, I keep doing that. She says, "Jamal, those doors are gonna close, and if they do, we won't be able to make it through. You have to open them manually. Fire the guns!"
Shooting.
Alright, on Jamal's turn, he will
hang
absolutely...
on to the gun.
Alright. At the end of Brock's turn, the Calvic spawn trooper in the cargo hold, or at least trying to get into the cargo hold, will attack Brock. Gets a natural 1 on his first attack. He swings, and you just grab his hand, and your big, meaty smile. He attacks again. This one's an 18. I assume that hits.
Yeah.
Alright, so he swings around with one of these robotic arms. I need to not talk while I'm rolling dice because it's always annoying me in the edit. Alright, so he swings this rotating fist. It's almost rotating as if, like, it's just like trying to dig into your face as he punches you. You take 26 damage unless you have like... Is it only when you're raging that you have...
Yeah, I forgot to activate it. Oopsie.
Okay. So he punches you in your face. A tooth comes out. You just hear...
I just look at him. Thanks, I needed that. I've been trying to get rid of that tooth.
That was the worst cough I've ever done. Alright, that's his turn. You can see these dozen other Calvic spawn closing in the sky as well. They'll be here soon. Jade, again, just screaming out orders. Okay, so another ship begins to take off in airlock 5. And a few of the Calvic spawn in the sort of squadron that are coming in your direction split off to go after them with their jetpacks. Okay, I know what I'm doing. Jamal, yeah, I assume you're about to fire on those doors as hard as you can.
Yes, sir.
Alright, give me an attack roll with disadvantage.
I thought he was our weapon master.
He's not technically a weapons specialist, he's a fighter. He's like a on-the-ground sort of combat specialist.
Can I add my unarmed strike hit DC?
Sure, I think that's fair.
Alright, then that turns that 8 into that 4 into a 12.
Okay. So you fire into this door. These 3 pulsing blasts, creating explosions all along the metal door that's beginning to seal fully. And you can begin to see holes being made. Nothing yet big enough to send the Bronze Phoenix through, but you know, you're doing enough that by next turn you most likely have a big enough hole. Erebus.
This dude's still on here with us, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna blast him in his face.
You want to shoot Mr. 69? Alright. Give it a roll.
Nat 1.
Is that all you can do?
All my other bonus actions, it's like hide, disengage, dash. I don't really need to do any of those, so I'm just going to sit here.
All right. At the end of your turn, you sit there. You see like a bunch of boxes and barrels start rolling out of the cargo hold, and you can see Echo 55 has jumped up onto the railing and has started kicking stuff towards the Calvic spawn, and it's just like knocking into the armored suit guy, and he just gives you a thumbs up.
I'm like, get inside the rest of it, and just go like sit in the medical bay.
All right, he starts climbing the ladder, giving you a thumbs up again.
Sit in the medical bay with the baby, who may or may not be alive.
Brock.
Let's go.
Yes, I will attack. Actually, wait, before I do that, activate my rage.
Nice.
There we go. And now I will attack.
All right.
That will not hit. 21.
That will hit.
And I will slice his face with 11.
Is that all you can do? Can you attack more? Can't you do like reckless and attack more or something? I'm sure you have more than 2 attacks. If you
No, don't I? Oh, it's my frenzy.
Frenzy, yeah, that's what it is.
While in frenzy, you can make a single weapon attack as a bonus action on each of your turns after this one.
Oh, okay.
So after this one, I'll be able to attack with my frenzy.
All right.
I really got to start reading up on my stuff before I go into a battle.
It happens to the best of us. All right.
Happens to me every
Next turn. Calvic spawn guy is going to attack Brock again. That will not hit. That is does a 14 hit you?
No.
All right, so he swings these hydraulic fists towards you, and you just duck it under them like a muscular ninja. That's the only thing that I know that ducks well.
What about me?
Yeah, you duck like a cat. And then the sort of 6 other troops land just outside the ship and start pointing weapons towards you guys. And they're gonna just fire at the ship.
They all missed.
Haven't had a great roll so far. 2 of them hit.
I mean, it's a massive ship. If they don't hit, then they're idiots.
They're stormtroopers.
It's more like the shell of the ship takes a brunt force of this. So let me check the HP real quick. Shields are currently activated, so that will help.
We just blow up.
Okay, but it is more than the threshold of 10, so it will only do 6 damage to your shields. It's pretty good considering there's 6 of them. Okay. They're just like oppressive fire on the back of your ship. One of them starts heading towards the cargo hold, though. He's not on it yet. Okay, at this point, Cock and Cheros, who have been climbing through maintenance tunnels for the better part of 20 minutes, and Cheros is just talking like, holy shit, everything's coming back to me now. I know what I have to do. It's just like talking and ramblings as you grab his hand and hurriedly rush him through to try to get him to safety. You open up through like a back hatchway, like a door just automatically opens, and you can just see the chaos in front of you of the Grantani hangar bay. Ships exploding, people being torn to pieces by these mech troopers, people being pushed out into space. You can see the Bronze Phoenix still there, and the gun actively firing at the outside door, trying to get it to open back up. But you're here now. Roll initiative, Cock.
Wait, did I hide his turtle so well even he couldn't find it?
He didn't go back that direction. Sadly. Perfect.
Give an initiative of 2.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful.
All right, Jamal, let's give it another go.
With disadvantage again?
Yes, but you can add your bonus again.
I had an 11.
Captain.
An 11?
Yeah.
All right. you continue to fire into this door. The hole is opening up. One of the doors actually comes off of its hinges and begins floating through space. And Jade just says, like, "That'll have to do!"
Wait. Before my turn ends, actually.
Yeah.
Since I'm attacking the door, I can use extra attack and attack again, which I realized right after my turn ended last time, and I was just really annoyed with myself in the past 5 minutes. I'm gonna try one more time.
Yeah, you can try to knock the other door off. The other side of the door.
Fucking advantage is killing me. That's another 11.
Alright, so you start... It begins to bend, but it's still there, but Jay just gives you a thumbs up. Alright, Erebus.
That's all.
I shoot this dude next... Yeah, the dude is still next to Brock, right?
Yep.
I shoot him.
As you shoot him, you can hear Jade on the intercom say, "The door's open, we're going! Is everybody good?"
Not really, Brock. You need to get inside.
Aren't you the one out inside? I'm standing at the top of the thing.
Yeah, but you... I'm wearing my, like, oxygen suit.
Yeah, but what about the guy in front of me?
I'm just saying, we're about to enter space where there's no air. So we sort of need to, like...
Alright, then I start backing up.
It's not your turn yet.
No, okay.
Not to...
9 plus 7, so 16.
That will hit.
Alright.
Well, I've
since
severely dented this shit.
And since he is next to... Jacob, I get to do sneak attack, so it's 32 damage. Oh, my sneak attack went up to 4 dice, plus 15 damage, so I do 47 damage.
Alright, his suit's coming apart now. He looks very weak. He looks like a good kicking could probably knock him off the ramp. But there's still the trouble of actually closing the cargo bay. Without Cock, you're not sure how to do it.
Do we see Cock?
No. In the chaos, it's too difficult, and there's too much stuff going on.
Alright, that's my turn.
Alright. Echo 5-5 basically just uses his turn to take what you screamed up and say it to Jade, because she couldn't hear you from all the way down there. Brock, it is your go.
Alright. I'll attack the guy in front of me.
Alright.
24.
That will hit.
11 damage.
That is the exact amount you needed to kill him as you stab your axe into his chest and push him back out of the cargo bay. Anything else you want to do?
Look to see if there's a panel for the cargo bay door.
Okay. Give me an intelligence check.
Intelligence? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well, alright. 15.
Okay. There is a panel for the cargo bay door. The inscription on it is in a language. What languages do you know? Have any other
Common
languages?
and Orc.
Yeah,
Ogre.
You don't know this this language, but there's 3 buttons on it.
Is Erebus in this area?
Yeah.
I look at him. Which one do I press?
Well, I have to wait till my turn to answer him.
You can say something quick. It can't be like a full response.
Then what am I looking at in this box?
It's just like a panel that has 3 buttons on it. What languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Thieves' Cant.
Okay. Yeah, you don't know what these buttons say, but there's 3 of them.
All 3!
I smack them all.
Alright, you slap all 3 buttons. As you do that, the ramp begins to come up and then goes back down.
Fuck!
And that's your turn.
And what does the third one do?
You do not know.
The rest of the ship shrinks, and we've just killed everyone.
Alright, 5 Calvic spawns start firing upon your ship again. Ooh. Uh-oh. Okay. Your shield takes... One of them was a natural 20. Your shield takes 45 damage.
Does the shield regenerate each turn a certain amount of points?
Not each turn, but if you repair the shield generator, it will replenish. It's the actual ship hull that requires, you know, to go somewhere and get it repaired. An engineer can fix a shield generator. Fuck, I gotta find where I just fucking put that.
You have to confuse him so he doesn't know what he's doing.
Alright, so your shield, you hear a AI voice say, "Shield generator at 50% capacity."
Wait,
just hear
so
Jade scream out, "Fuck!"
So if I get a crit on my gun, I could take our shields out.
If you wanted to, yeah. Well, how much damage does a crit do with your gun?
12d6. No, 12d8 plus 7 damage, and if I get that sneak attack, plus 4d6s.
Yeah, you probably could. Alright, the ship is taking the brunt of that. I'm trying to think if... Okay, on the next turn, Jamal hears something blinking coming from Jade's piloting station, and you just hear Jade say, "Holy shit! Allies on starboard bound! Fuck!" And she runs off from the piloting section and starts running down the stairs somewhere. Cock, it's your turn.
Run, motherfucker, run.
Where am I in relation to?
You're about 50 feet away. You're along the edge of the cargo bay doors.
Alright, I'm going to sprint to...
Okay. As you're sprinting, you don't notice, but like one of the Calvic spawn have like come up next to you and Charos just breathes fire in his face, and his mask like fogs up, and he just falls over, and you guys keep running. Alright. You will make it about halfway there. Jamal, it's your turn.
Jamal is going to point his gun, the ship gun, at the closest enemy and attempt to obliterate them.
Alright, give it a disadvantaged roll.
Disadvantage roll. Okay, come on. 18 start. Come on. Man, I'm just doing bad at the rolls today. It's like a 14.
Oh, so close. It does not hit. But you fire in the direction of the spawn outside the ship, and one of the mech troopers dodges out of the way. One of them probably takes the brunt of the force, but the armor manages to take most of it, and he seems okay. But
maybe the next attack will work.
Yeah.
Never mind. I just rolled another mistake. Okay, great. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Alright, that's all I got.
Erebus, it's your go.
There's still this dude in front of me, right?
One of them's dead. One of them looks like he's gonna try to come on board the ship.
I shoot that dude.
Alright.
24.
That'll hit.
And I assume there's no enemies within 5 feet of him besides me?
Nope.
So
Sadly
only
not.
30 damage.
Only 30, yeah. You blast him in his chest. You can see the purple paint with the black X over it.
I am the captain. Stay the fuck off my ship, bitches.
Is that your full go?
None of these guys are dwarves, right?
Nope.
I'm just gonna like yell at them. Suck my dick.
Alright, you yell suck my dick.
Can I intimidate with that?
Sure, you can try.
9.
You don't even know if they heard you say that.
Suck my dick.
There's so much blaster fire happening. Alright.
I would like to look at the fire I created. Has it spread? Is it doing its job?
So you stick your head back outside to look?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big fire. You can see the mech that was on fire has now toppled over. Tupperwared over, and is lying.
I knew
on the
if I
ground,
had
head face first.
I just think to myself, I knew if I had done this in Keeney's Palace, I could have burned that clown house down.
All right. Brock, it is your turn. Brick.
Press the green button.
It's a brick.
Brocks all across the country.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna press one button after the other, but start with the first one and see what it does.
All right, you press the first button. The ramp begins to close up.
All right. I just stop.
You begin to hear pounding on the door as that one finally got, but at the end of that turn, actually, I have to roll more damage, don't I?
Is Anastasia not trying to fix this stuff in engineering? Shields with
Yes.
them?
Yes, she is. Okay, that's gonna be. All right, so she's gonna repair. Okay, so what happens is you hear the AI female voice again say, "Shields offline," and then "Shields at 10%."
Watch Anastasia.
And then at the end of that turn, Jade sticks her head through the ladder and says, "Cock is coming! Open that door!" And then she pulls her head back up and starts running back up towards the cockpit.
Why didn't you just say that over the fucking loudspeaker? Well, Cock can die. Let's go. He can fly with Alduin, even though I don't know who's there.
Cock, it's your go. I assume you just sprint and get to the ship.
Yep.
All right, the cargo hold is currently closed, but there is the airlock entrance that you know how to open.
I will open the airlock entrance.
All right, you climb up. The ramp isn't currently down, but you just climb up onto like the chubby little wing on the side of the Bronze Phoenix, and you open the door and head inside with Cheros. All right. As you enter in, actually, you hear like swearing coming from something, and then finally the doors in front of you open, and you can see Jade like, "What the fuck? Oh shit!" And then she sticks her head back down. "Never mind!" And starts running back up towards the cockpit.
All right, then go, and go.
Jamal, it's your turn.
Somebody's gonna get fucking blasted.
Lit up. Let's go.
Happen, surely.
Do you still have? Oh no, that was. Never mind.
Okay.
I was gonna say, do you have inspiration still? But I'm pretty sure I gave that to Devon.
Yeah.
15
This
will
is
not.
gonna be close. 16.
That will hit.
Okay. What should I roll for the damage from the gun for the ship?
Oh yeah, I gotta check. 3d10.
What? First D10 is the 3, then a 7, then a 1. That sucked. 11.
Alright, 11 damage.
Yeah.
You blast this Calvic Spawn trooper. His helmet comes flying off, and he looks up, like blood coming down his face from this attack, but he's still standing.
Maybe what? Guess what? Does a 15 hit? Sorry,
Sadly, it does not.
what were you saying, Roy?
I was just saying, we need to get these guns upgraded. I think they do less damage than mine.
We need ship-destroying turrets on this ship.
How are we gonna tackle the sea gorillas with these puny-ass guns?
Alright. Alright, is that your full go?
Yep, that'll be all I'll do.
Erebus.
I essentially just teleport up into the cockpit.
Alright, you sprint all the way. By the time Jade gets there, you're there before her, and she's just like, "What the fuck?"
I then start giving the help action wherever it is. Actually, instead of going to the cockpit, I go to engineering and start giving Anastasia all the help she can need to do anything she needs to.
Okay,
So
she
we can
just
get going.
she's telling you to like hold things so she can use her hands for other stuff, and she's gonna get the shields back up to 20%.
With my sleight of hand, do I give more help? 'Cause it's plus 15.
Yeah, I mean that is. You want to roll sleight of hand?
Sure. 26.
All right, yeah. Shield's up to 30%. She gives you a thumbs up. She's like, "Oh, thank God. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing."
I'm very good with my hands, Anastasia.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
She vomits into the engine.
Hey, I got that full-grown lion's mane. Looking hella nice. I'm also
Echo. Sorry, Echo 55 is just sat somewhere sucking his finger, trying not to be scared or poop his pants, even though he's already covered in poop. Brack,
Yes.
it's your go. You can hear one of the troops banging on the cargo hold door, but it is
no one's home. Go away.
Here. I'm gonna do an intimidation roll. I'm gonna start banging on the other side.
Alright, strength roll.
I'm just gonna scream, "Run! There's a monster in here!"
Oh, you're trying to scare them away.
Yeah.
Alright, deception roll then.
Oh, deception?
Yeah.
I would assume that would be a intimidation. Deception. Where is that? Oh, there it is. 15.
I rolled a 14. You hear the pounding stop for a second. Is that your full go?
Yeah.
Alright, another huge blast. Well, I'm rolling really round numbers. Another huge blast to your ship's shields. You can see it now that you're in the cockpit, Erebus, when they shoot this like shimmering blue force field is deflecting a ton of their shots. It's quite beautiful. And then
Go.
Jade sits down, pulls the steering wheel back, and the Bronze Phoenix just hurtles out the hangar door that Jamal cleared for the team. And the crew all hear the sounds of warning beeps going off inside the ship. The sensors are going crazy from the combat. Looking out the viewport, you can see a group of 4 enemy fighters, the Calvic spawn, have sent, that are still hot on your tail, and they've sort of like spun around the station and are coming in your direction.
Jump to light speed.
Jade says, "The enemies are closing in. What do we do? Orders!"
Do we have like a light speed that we can just like go to?
You did not buy a light speed for the ship.
Fuck. Evasive maneuvers. As fast as we can into the asteroid belt, lose them.
Back the way you came into the... Okay, interesting. Jade just is like, aye, Captain! And you can see these enemy fighters that are pursuing the Bronze Phoenix are menacing. They are angular, like predator jets. Their holes are covered in matte black finish that seems to absorb the light from the stars around them, making them difficult to spot in the darkness of space. Sharp edges, menacing spikes jut out from their frames, giving them a look that is both aggressive and intimidating.
Reinhardt, help Jamal in the gunner seat.
We gotta shoot these fuckers.
All right, Reinhardt.
So he now has
running
it
up from the medic bay.
that way. There's no longer disadvantage.
Yes, you will no longer have disadvantage on your shots. I mean, sorry, 1 second. But yeah, you can see these ships, and they're moving with speed that is almost unnatural as they dart and weave in your direction. You feel a sense of dread. These ships are not to be underestimated. All right, so this isn't going to be like the full thing, but we're about to enter into sort of our kind of first space combat. So we're going to use this as sort of like a tutorial, because even I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing. But we're going to give it a go. So I need someone to roll initiative for it.
Should it be me, the captain, or Andrew, the owner, guys?
Up to you, honestly.
What do you think, Andrew? Me or you?
Probably you.
I got a 16. I don't know what the ship adds.
-1, I think.
15.
Alright, on the ship's turn, the commander or captain decides which of the ship's actions to use.
What are the ship's actions? I don't have the thing saved, and I'm not on my typical Gmail.
On his turn, the Brawn Phoenix can take 2 actions, choosing from the options below. It can take only 1 action if the crew lacks an expert pilot and/or weapon specialist, and it can take these it can't take these actions if it has no pilot and/or weapon specialist. You can either fire the turret, so you can fire the you can fire the fucking turret. There we go. Or you can move. You can maneuver the Bronze Phoenix. I assume you're going to maneuver, but you did make it seem like you wanted Jamal to fire, so...
Can we do both or one?
You can only do one because you don't have an expert weapon specialist. You do have an expert pilot, though.
Let's try to get in the asteroid belt quickly, and then start shooting back.
Alright, so you give Jade the go-ahead to go as fast as possible, basically.
Yes, and then me and Anastasia would also like to try to fix the shield.
Okay, yeah. Roll your sleight of hand to help.
30.
Jesus Christ. Alright, so you get the shields back up to 50%. As you exit out into the astrospace.
You guys just see me running back and forth between engineering and the cockpit. Alright, do this. Fix.
Alright, these ships begin to fire upon you, although I fucking can't roll for shit. Alright, I got a 2, an 18, a 1, and 18s. These fighters send laser beams, and it's going to be 22 damage to the shields once again. The ship shakes as you guys take heavy fire. However, you are currently outpacing them, considering you used your full move on that turn. And they chose to attack. Okay. And then, it is your turn again. What would you like to do?
Are we in the asteroid field yet?
No, but you're heading in that direction. It'll still take some time.
Full movement.
Full movement. Alright. The Bronze Phoenix is going as fast as it can.
Add repair gun.
Anastasia's beginning to panic a bit now, but you being there is helping her focus just a little bit. Alright.
Another 30.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Uses that. Okay. No, not really. But it does heal 10. Her hands are shaking now. The tools are slipping out of her hand. She has to pick it up on the floor. She bonks her head on one of the pipes.
Breathe it in. If this is going to be our last moment, let it be one that goes down in legends. Also, I think we're good. We should be fine.
As you say that, you suddenly hear a wah come from the medic bay.
Cock, deal with the baby.
Let's go.
Maybe is that
Sprint down to the medic.
The baby's alive!
Cock is the only person with medical expertise left.
Alright, Cock, you run into the medical room, and you see a few things. You see 2 bodies stacked on top of each other on one of the just like med beds, and then a baby in like a little carriage and in a cribs, and then Echo 55 is looking at the baby, poking it with his finger.
I smack his hand.
Hey, I didn't mean to. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was dead.
Echo 55 has severe brain damage. Just FYI, told him to go to the medic room.
I pick up the baby and ask it if it's hungry.
Wah!
I start trying to breastfeed the baby.
Oh my god. Alright, we're gonna pretend that that's not happening and go back over to the... Alright, so you guys are actually about 100 paces away from these fighters, but they're just pursuing you at this point, and they're gonna do 21.
What's our hull looking like?
Your hull's looking fine. The shield has only been penetrated once, and Anastasia managed to get it back online before you were attacked again. But the shield looks bad. She's not going to be able to maintain this for forever. You need to continue to get distance if you want to try to get away in one piece. Alright. I assume you're moving again?
Yep, you sprint back up to the cockpit. Full steam ahead!
Yep,
Back down to engineering.
You double up your distance on them, and they're torpedo fire.
Do you want to know what I got to help Anastasia heal the shield?
Yes.
35. So a nat 20 plus my 15 for 35.
Rolling for sobriety. And then on
The nat 20 doesn't count to double it?
Sadly, you're not the engineer, but you are helping.
I'm just handing her duct tape and like...
Oh man, I rolled really poorly on that.
Yes.
The shields take another blow. I rolled a natural 20 on one of the fighters, and I rolled a 1
Woo!
on the damage.
Yes!
The shields are at 12%. You can see that on the terminal, and Anastasia's sweating, looking like she's gonna faint if we don't get out of here soon. Rubbing grease on her forehead. You can see that the time away has not helped her become a better engineer. All right.
I vow to pull up some YouTube videos on how to be a ship's engineer on my on my thieves code when we're done with this.
The next planet you guys go to, the first thing you have to do is hire new people because it didn't work out on the last stop. Okay.
We're going to a monastery. Are we just going to hire a bunch of monks who happen to be good at stuff?
Oh yeah, fuck! I forgot you're going to the. Okay, well, this is going poorly because I just rolled another natural 20. All right, 40 damage. So that means it's going to be 28 damage to the hull.
How much hull health do we have?
Actually, that's going to hit your engines. The main engines. So 0 shields, and then you have 100 engines health. So you're now at 72. And so that means if you go below 50, your
engine goes critical.
If you go below 50, it's going to half your speed.
Alright, well, we better full steam ahead, use the engines while we have them.
And does anyone else want to do anything while this is all happening? On you guys' ship turn? Like, what's Brock doing?
Brock? Should Brock be doing? He's gonna go to the medic bay, because he did take some damage from one of the...
Brock, an expert weapons specialist?
Not with ship weapons.
No.
Alright, so Brock heads to the medic bay.
Right.
Oh, you check on Devon? Is that what you just said?
No. I can't shoot the gun when we're moving this way, right?
You could if you wanted to, but it would slow your ship down. That's the only thing.
We'll do that then. I'm just gonna stay put and prepare an action.
Okay, just in case. And Reinhardt is by your side, ready to help you aim if need be. Okay. At the start of the enemy's turn, this
we get
battle.
To do another repair on those shields?
Yeah.
30 again.
See if Anastasia pulls through. She does not. But she only is able to heal 5% of the shields. And she now like drops the tools and is backing away. Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Fine then. I'll do it.
Alright. Erebus steps forward, cracks his knuckles, and is like, what the fuck?
I can't make it worse!
Alright. On the enemy's turn, the crew of the Bronze Phoenix, you're battling desperately against these Calvic spawn fighters. Your ship taking more and more damage with each passing moment. And then, suddenly, Jamal and Jade hear a voice over the cockpit intercom say, "Bronze Phoenix, this is Wolfram Birkin in the cradle. We've got your 6.
Oh, hell yeah.
And you just hear this voice come recognizable. And looking at the viewport, you can see there is a sleek gray ship approaching at high speed. The ship is covered in all sorts of modifications, extra thrusters, reinforced plating, and like a set of striking wings that look like they could slice through a planet if they wanted to. As the ship draws closer, you can see that the ship is being piloted by a small goblin. Unleashing a barrage of laser blast against the Calvic spawn ships, you can see them spinning out of control. These fighters begin to explode until there's only one left, and you just watch in amazement as this ship comes in. It itself is dodging the Calvic spawn's fire and weaving in between the two ships, trying to stay pace with you. And there's only one enemy left.
Open fire!
Jamal, you just hear, "Look like you can use a hand," over the intercom, and Jade's like, "I think we're ready to shoot, Jamal!" Alright. Jamal, you do not have a disadvantage anymore. You may attack.
It's great that I lose disadvantage. So I got a 13.
13. That won't hit.
Bad! What the
Your dice needs to be cleansed of its sins.
Retire this set. Next session.
Do you have any more attacks?
Oh, you're right. I can attack again. Yes! There we go. That's going to be a 24 to hit.
Yep, that will definitely hit, and you can do the 3d10. I believe it's 3d10 plus 6.
Plus 6. 4, 1, 1. What the fuck? Okay. 12 damage.
Alright, so these 3 laser beams shoot into the side of the Calvic spawn raider, and you can see one of its wings get knocked off, and it's trying to spin in the direction of Wolfram's ship, but it just ducks out of the way and spins back into the space station and explodes. And Jamal and Reinhardt here. "Stay lively, friends. I've got a feeling this fight ain't over yet." And Wolfram's ship stays steady with yours. And yeah, you guys basically continue to return fire against enemies, but with the both of you, you're able to hold most of them back, unleashing barrages of laser blasts and missiles from their ship that explode against the Calvic spawn shields. The dogfight is intense. Ships weaving in and out of their paths, laser beams crisscrossing through the void, explosions lighting up in the darkness of space. Jade maneuvers the Bronze Phoenix with skill and precision, using the ship's speed and agility to stay one step ahead of the enemy ships. The gunner, Jamal, with Reinhardt's helps, takes out several more Calvic spawn ships, but there are always more coming, it feels like. The crew's getting worn down. Your ship is taking more and more damage with each passing moment. You're just fighting to survive at this point. And then, like a miracle in the night, about 10 of these Calvic spawn ships just explode out of nowhere. And you hear Wolfram say, "We gotta get out of here, but I'll try to catch up with you," and then their ship just takes off into hyperspace, leaving you behind. Roll to try to repair the engines.
Sleight of hand? Disadvantage, I assume?
It'll actually be an intelligence check.
I ain't great. 5.
5. Yeah, you don't know what you're doing. These engines are not fucked, but they are damaged and will need real repair from an actual engineer at some point. But unless there's anything else you guys want to do, you make it into the debris field, and you all breathe a sigh of relief. You hurtle through the scattered ship bits.
I guess I pick Anastasia out, help calm her down, and I'm like, I know you don't really know what you're doing, but you did the best you could, and it was what got us through this today. Persuasion, I guess, to try to...
Okay, yeah, and as she sits on one of the
25
steam pipes and holds her head, stress headache. Thank you, Erebus. She just keeps her head down.
And I know you don't want to keep doing this, and hopefully we can pick up a better engineer at the monastery. We're going to. It's unlikely, but we're gonna not that you're bad, but like someone who specializes in this, and so you could get back to doing the science you specialize in.
She doesn't say anything, but she just nods.
Keep up the good work.
Bud.
I mean,
But yeah, what do you guys want to do? You all have a moment to catch your breath and assess damages.
I head up to the cockpit and tell Jade to start heading to that monastery.
All right.
I have the blaster that I just worked on go into maintenance mode.
Okay.
I'll just sit there looking into the abyss.
I was
Is
just
Cock still trying to breastfeed a baby, or is he looking for actual food?
He remembered he doesn't have nipples and put the baby back.
I guess I find Cock afterwards. I'm like, were you able to get your total?
No. I thought he might have been with you, and we also didn't leave out the normal one.
You now see Cheros standing there.
Oh yeah,
Hey!
Chris is back.
Choro, you're back.
It's good to see you guys.
It's adequate to see you as well.
I think we probably need to talk at some point.
I walk into the medic bay.
Jesus Christ!
We made some new friends while you were gone. Devon's dead, as you can see.
He looks over.
I
Oh
waved
shit!
his dead arm.
Do you happen to know Revivify?
No, not for other people, I guess.
It's ironic. The only person who knew Revivify is the one who's dead.
Got his ass.
It's him, it's Mr. Comedy.
Isn't it ironic?
He's on the scene.
Oh, and I see.
But we are now heading to a Mystic Monk sanctuary to hopefully get him and Maddie Winters, who you also briefly met,
Mm.
back alive.
Yes, I see that there may have been troubles as you guys were trying to escape the warrant.
Indeed.
I'm sorry that I abandoned you.
No, you didn't really abandon us. You sort of led them away from us so we didn't die.
Yes, but I could have done more to try to find you after the fact. I, to be honest, needed to be alone with my thoughts for a while.
Yes.
And my leg got exploded.
Hmm.
But
Wait, what
thanks to this one here, he slaps Cock on the shoulder, I'm back in business and I think I remember everything now.
Everything? Or just...
Everything. That man on board the Warrant, the one in the armor, Tratus, you called him?
Yes. Titus.
That is a faux name. He is...
Yes, he is our foe.
No, no, I meant a fake name.
Oh, foe with a P, not a F. I think. I don't know how to spell.
I think it has an X in it somewhere. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that he's actually Hydraxel. He's my brother.
Hydrox.
Cookies, yeah.
Isn't there like a candy factory in the void?
Clorox?
Yeah, Grubbers Industries.
OxyClean?
Clorox?
Exactly right.
Does he get stains out?
But that's not the only thing. The reason that they're after me is not just because we're brothers, it's because I'm the key to bringing back Kaldrith Jarciar, my home planet.
Is that a bad thing?
Back from where?
How do you lose a planet?
Well, that's the thing. Who knows how long ago, years, decades, me and my siblings came together.
2 seconds ago?
A plan was formed in order to stop Hydraxel from popping the protective barrier around the galaxy, protecting us from our father.
Who's trying to impregnate the galaxy?
No, he himself has the power of the sun you call Hydros. He created it, and if he were to destroy it, it would allow our father to find the galaxy we created and destroy us for abandoning him. So
wouldn't the giant nightlight make it easier to find?
The nightlight is what powers the shield.
Oh, okay. So we all live in a battery.
He's trying not to be offended by you calling it a nightlight.
That little nightlight in the corner there.
Listen, this is all very serious, Erebus. You should not be laughing. This is not a joking matter.
Oh, I know it's not. We just got out of a harebrained fight, and I'm trying to lighten the mood of the crew as my job as captain.
That is fair. Perhaps now is not the best time to discuss this. When you all get rest, I will bring it back up. But it is important that we get to Caldrith before he does. Before he gets to me. I now know I can't just rush to him and fight him. That's exactly what he would want.
Yeah, we have to go to the monk place to get some people back, and then we have to go to Elf here to report back to the ring fleet. Hopefully get some ship upgrades, and then figure out some other stuff, and then I got some like family shit I need to deal with, but this sounds a little bit more important than that.
The ring, perhaps we could tell them about this and they could assist us with an army.
Yeah, maybe. The last time we tried that, they immediately turned us over to traders. So,
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
The president king, I don't know who's in charge. He might be a little bit more helpful. He could also not be as helpful. Who knows?
Yes, well, when you're ready to discuss these things, I will. Where should I go?
Could we pull up the ship map so we can see which rooms have been assigned to people?
Yeah, I have to.
Your boy.
Have to add a few more people to this now.
Gotta add your boy.
There's like 6 crew cabins or whatever.
Why am I so big? I swear.
There's 6 rooms in each of these, right?
There's 2 rooms in each. Each has a bunk bed in them.
So there's 4 beds.
4 beds that can hold 8 people, yeah.
Okay. And Cock, Drigi, and Timblybibs are all in Cock's captain's cabin.
At very least, Timblybibs was in there, but you could put Drigi in there as well.
Different room, but I told her she could be in there.
Probably makes sense if she bunks with you guys.
And then I guess
Erebus, Brawl and Jamal wanted to be together.
Erebus will bunk with Reinhardt because we have that friendship going on.
All right.
All these guys. Me and Brawl gotta get a spot.
Jade and Anastasia will take a room.
Even though Jade is absolutely piloting at all times.
She won't be spending a lot of time in there.
We've
Echo
hooked her
5 will be in the fucking...
We've hooked him up. We've hooked her up to a caffeine IV.
One of the things that Anastasia... Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the stuff that she bought. One of the things she bought was just a bunch of energy drinks for Jade.
Nice. So, he can bunk with Brock.
I was just talking about him. I already forgot about him. Alright, he looks at Brock. Alright, big guy, I guess it's you and me.
You could be my new friend!
It's like prison.
Bend over!
Come and kiss me on my hot mouth.
Drop the soap!
I'm feeling romantic.
Alright.
Yeah.
If you guys go around the ship in the kitchen and the medic bay and stuff like that, you'll find that Anastasia bought 300 meat sticks, 300 roasted locusts that can be like frozen and reheated, ingredients for about 150 sandwiches, fruits and vegetables for 100 meals, water supply for 200 days, engine oil, engineer supplies, and a repair kit for the shield generator, which she's already used.
Nice. I guess me and Cock should have a conversation about what we want to put in the ship's treasury for general upkeep and upgrades.
Oh yeah, and she gives you back the 400. She has 400 credits left
Nice.
because she did some work, so she gives that.
Did
back to Erebus.
did Jade have any money to give back to me?
She gives you 250. She spent half of it on getting drunk.
The 400 back from 250. I gave her 1,000. She spent $750 getting drunk.
You only gave her 500.
I thought I gave each person 1,000. My bad. I gave 1,000 in total, split between the two.
Anastasia spent a bunch of it, but spent her time working, so she made a lot back.
So, Ka, do we want to set up a general ships fund? To pay,
we
so
might
that way
as
when we get crew, we can pay people, and we can get upgrades and maintenance and stuff.
Yeah, at the very least, like, keep an emergency fund on the ship.
Alright, I'll put 13,000 credits in it.
God damn.
I will get the box we found in the... that had the Phoenix and shit in there.
Okay, you put it in there.
Yeah, I will put the coin
Nice. Timbly Bibbs has gone full Breaking Bad, making potions in your room.
Is there a place we can, like, put the ship's ledger?
Where would you like to put it?
We have, like, the ship character sheet, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to just put it on that, Andrew?
I'll keep the ledger in my...
Captain's quarters.
Yeah.
So how much is it? 13,000?
That's how much I put in, yeah.
Alright, 13,000 credits is in your captain's quarters.
That's like 99% of the funds I had. But that's what I said. I would buy my gun and donate the rest to the ship.
True.
So, you have any funds to put towards it, Cock?
Yeah, I'll drop 1,500 gold. No, I don't have a ton of money because I didn't have time to gamble.
Yeah, fleeced us.
Yes, sir. But I do have this cool orb.
Nice. Maybe that gnome will buy it from us for a lot of money. Well, hopefully we can hire some people at the monastery. Maybe there's a shipyard there we can use to upgrade stuff.
Is there anything we want to focus on upgrading first, or just stuff in general?
Probably weapons or shields or the hull. Like the big three things we probably need to get upgraded. I'm saying the weapons just because currently my sniper rifle, it would be more effective for me to be standing outside shooting.
Mm-hmm. We get like a little window that he can stick the barrel of the gun out.
But I doubt we'll find a lot for 13,000 credits because my gun was also like 15k. So
yeah,
my big hope is we get back to Elf here. They like reward us for our job well done, and we're like, oh, could we instead of payment get a bunch of better ship parts for this ship?
Can we kidnap your junkyard people and go ravage the area?
It's racist.
Oh.
Oh no.
But that seems like a fair request, to be honest. All right, is there anything you guys are just headed to the sanctuary and
Yeah,
trying to have some peace?
I'm gonna go sleep on the ceiling.
And I'll get Timbly and Dridgy together and have them attuned to the ship doors.
Not me,
Jamal is
Captain.
Just no.
All right, just so you guys know, living passengers you're at 12 out of 20. All bodies, well, technically you're at 13 out of 20.
Oh yeah, because we got the original owner of the ship.
Somewhere there's a
Somewhere.
halfling on board doing something you don't know.
What was I turned to Cock? You know those three buttons in the hangar that open and close the hangar bay. What does the third button do? Because we might have pressed it.
Can Cock read the stuff on it?
Yeah. There's open, close, and jettison waste.
Oh. And that means like the shitter, right?
That shoots crap out into space.
One of the...
Do not press that button when people are in there. When good people are in there.
So, as we were leaving, the guards were like trying to find... just like flew out of the waist.
Get shit on.
I told them to get fucked.
Perfect.
That was the right move to do, Bragg.
Good.
Literally got to shit on the enemy.
My god, I've laughed so much my throat hurts.
If Erebus will retire for the night, I'll let other people roleplay now.
Alright, yeah, is there anything else you guys want to do in preparation for the sanctuary? Otherwise, that's probably a pretty good time to end.
Well, I still didn't get healed.
Just gonna try to clean the corpses as much as possible. Particularly the smashed watermelon head.
Actually, I think you would have gotten healed at our level up.
No, I did, but then I took damage from that one guy on the...
Gotcha.
So...
We get along.
The ship currently has one healer, so there's only one person to ask.
Do we get a long rest between now and next session?
Yeah, I assume you guys will rest at some point.
Okay, then I'll just use that.
Alright. Anything else from Cock or Jamal?
Nope.
Jamal is going to go up. Okay. It's going Draco time. And Draco.
He's gonna drink cocaine?
Oh, Jamal is going to go up to Devon's dead body.
Oh, okay.
Pay his respects.
Alright. And, on that note, the remembrance of what you guys are all working towards at this point.
Well, Brock has no idea.
Yeah, Brock is just a loose cannon at this point. And we fade to black on another successful... One day you'll leave a place normally, but for now, I think that's pretty good. Actually, you technically left Zulkor Prime normally, although you were being exiled.
We did straight up murder someone. As we left.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, good job, guys. That went far better than I thought it would. I thought it was gonna. Well, it was chaos, but I thought it was gonna be far more chaotic than that.
As we
came up with good solutions.
As we look out the window back at the station, is there just like fire broiling out of one of the hangars?
Yes, and there are, ships being shot down, and you still don't know why those Calvic spawn fighters exploded, but maybe that's a mystery for another day.
I got too far away from the hive.
Turn back out of the battlefield.
Yeah, they got to a certain distance and it just started flashing red, counting down. Return to battlefield! Return to battlefield!
Oh, man. Alright. Good job, everybody. I really enjoyed playing D&D with you guys.
So,
Always look forward to this on Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah. Just,
Just try to roll higher than a 7.
Yeah.
I'll try that.
Yeah,
Try not to roll 4 3s in a row.
And if you guys talk to Cheros next time, get ready to take notes. And that's all I have to say. Sayonara.
I like it. I'm just like that little nightlight back there.
I love
How do you
sassy
lose the
Erebus.
world?
I think as the weeks go on, Erebus is getting less and less. Yeah.